This is Charlie Kao with TravelMole Media Group at the Zeit Foundation's The Long Run Initiative members meeting hosted by Pacuar Lodge in Costa Rica. And I'm here with Louise Cottar, who is the owner of Cottars 1920s, based in Kenya. So without further ado, Louise, can you tell us what is?
Sure. So my great-great-grandfather came to Kenya in 1909, following on from Roosevelt's trip to Africa, and loved it so much. He came from America that he went back to America and brought all of his family over. So they began actually as hunters. We come from a hunting background. And then they did expeditions. They found new places, as Westerners find new places that indigenous cultures and people already have found. They did some of the first black and white film in Africa. And they evolved from hunting over the generations. So we're actually 5 generations now in the safari business in different forms, but we're now conservationists. So we've sort of come from hunting all the way to conserving wildlife. We have
How many generations has that
5.
been?
5.
No, the conservation part.
I would say the last 2 have been conservation, but also cutting edge innovation in safaris. Designing cars to fit the terrain, for instance. So we've always been a family that have sort of innovated in the safari business. We have a camp. It's a very high-end camp in the Masai Mara. It's just 1 kilometer out of the reserve, outside of the reserve. We have a very high-end 1920s style camp, and we also have a private villa. And what differentiates us from many others in Kenya is that we are on community land. We're on Masai land. We have 15,000 Masai community over an area of about 100,000 acres. And we have worked with the community to help them get land rights for their land. And have modeled a 6,000 acre conservancy for a critical elephant corridor. We take clients into the Masai Mara Game Reserve, but we also take them into our conservancy. So we've got the best of a continuing area and a buffer area for the wildlife as well. So that's in a nutshell what we do.
And how many generations going back have that relationship with the community being firm?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, the family have been traveling through that area, staying in that area over many, many generations. And so we sometimes have a Maasai elder who says, "Oh, when I was a young boy, I remember your grandfather." And it was really funny because we knew that the great-grandfather had lost a car in the 1920s somewhere along a river called the Sand River. And one of the Maasai community said, "Oh, I know. In fact, there's still part of the car there." And we went there and we dug and we found it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the website address?
It's Cottars, C-O-T-T-A-R-S, Cottars.com. Pretty simple.
Excellent. Louise Cottar.
Yes.
And well, we invite everybody to go visit your website and get the full story. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much as well. Thank you.